So we got a late night deal going on. This is like 11:30 at night. So I had a Princeton forklift for sale, and I had a message this afternoon, earlier today. A guy wanted to come buy it, and I guess they were shipping it to DR or somewhere, and they wanted to come up tonight and pick it up. And out of the kindness of my heart, I'm like, sure, I can meet you later. Well, it turned into, from 10 o'clock to like 11:30. So I'm here, a late night deal. But guess what? I got the cash, and we are gonna get this thing loaded up. Here's the machine we're selling. So our trucking side owns these machines because they are mounted on the trailers. So we take care of purchasing the machines and things like that. That's why I'm involving this in this channel. So I gotta just drive this thing out here. These guys actually are not familiar with these machines. They did not actually drive them. So he asked me to drive it out. And so this machine and the trailer that it's going on to are both getting on a big ship like the next day, tomorrow or something. And they're gonna go on a ship to Puerto Rico. Sorry, Puerto Rico or Dominican Republic, somewhere down that way. I forget what they said. See if I still remember how to drive it. The reason I got to start this loader is I got to put the bucket on, and we got to build a little ramp. These guys have a lowboy trailer that they're not exactly sure how to operate because they just bought it, and it's also going to go on the boat to Dominican. So that means that I have to figure out a way to get this forklift on for them, and we're just going to make a little ramp with mulch and get this thing loaded up. So, time to change a bucket. So hopefully that little ramp will do it. So, not gonna work. The machine just spins out. I gotta level it out a little bit. I should have probably just used stone or crusher run. I'm one of these boys that have been around mulch my whole life, and I think mulch can fix everything. Crazy. Did you guys see that? Oh my goodness. So number one, I'm not familiar with running these machines, and backing it up on that trailer like that. Well, I remembered one key thing was the guys always tell me these things will back anywhere, but driving forward, they don't drive forward very well. So I'm like, the first trying to drive up, it would just spin out. So I decided, okay, I'm gonna back up, and I got to back up, but the pile that I had there was just so wide enough for this machine, and I had to be careful that the back end of the machine didn't go out the other side or over the other side. So a little risky, and then the front end slid off, and yeah, so made for a little bit of interesting ride going up through there. Looks like these guys are driving a one stack Mack with an APU at the back. Hopefully they make it. Look at that. Got it done. All right. I'm gonna scrape these chips in there. Some days I don't know why I do what I do to help people out like this, but you know what? I kind of felt bad for these guys because they're coming in late. They wanted to get on the boat tomorrow. So I kind of know the feeling. He was kind of running short on hours. Get these guys loaded, get them back. At the end of the day, I got my machine sold and I'm happy. So still a little bit of daylight here, guys, but I'm gonna leave a little bit early today. Remember the truck that got in the crash? The guy is actually a cousin to my wife, like a third or fourth cousin. I'm not sure. We'll find that out. But anyway, we're gonna go down there and spend a little time with him tonight and see how he's doing. Hey guys, so I'm down here with our driver that was involved in the accident. If you remember video of the dump truck getting crashed, check out that video. I can post it in the link up above. So anyway, the driver is actually a relation to my wife. We found out tonight they're second cousins, and his name is Jay. Here's Jay.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Yeah.
So Jay was involved in this accident, and maybe Jay, if you want to let the guys know how you're feeling, and maybe some of the last you remember before it all hit.
Yeah, I can do that. So anyway, yeah, we're on the mend here.
Got your walker over here.
Yeah, I got my walker. So yeah, my leg is broken right here below the knee. They went in and put plates on either side of the knee and plates and screws, and that's where it's going to stay there. So we are on the mend. I read some of the comments on the crash video there, and I just want to say appreciate what was shared there. Yeah, felt very cared for and all of that there. Just share a little bit on the crash there, just for information's sake. Yeah, just cruising along. The tire blew. I knew immediately what happened. It was a pop and a slap, like the rubber. And I remember going on went on the brakes and was thinking about looking for a safe place to get off on the right hand on the shoulder there. And those were the thoughts that went through my head. Obviously, your thoughts go through your head a lot quicker than what happens. According to the video, I started heading left immediately. And yeah, there was just nothing I could do. I know I looked at the dash cam later on and was anxious to see what all did happen there. I would have thought I went towards the guardrail a little more direct than what I did, but obviously the video shows otherwise. The other thing, happened a lot quicker than I remembered it happened. I mean, it seemed like an eternity. I think it was 6 seconds or something until I hit the bridge, and I know that seemed like an eternity. And in that short time there, I saw the pillar coming right at me. I knew we were going way too fast for that there, and there was just nothing I could do. I know it was on the brakes. I was steering, but it was out of control. And I remember thinking, this is it. I mean, I'm not going to survive this. But when the guardrail pushed me back out, I remember seeing the bridge coming at me, and I leaned way to the right. But I remember leaning to the right to try to avoid what was coming at me there, and I went up against the dash, and I remember the windshield being like right at my face. I never hit it, but I remember it being right there at my face, and then it all stopped, and I fell back away from the dash, and I was sitting on the edge of the passenger seat, and my right leg was over there underneath the steering wheel, and my left leg was up on the seat itself, and the driver's seat. And then I got to looking for my cell phone. I felt like I was all right. I was conscious. I felt like I was good, and I was looking for my cell phone, and I couldn't find it. Well, the floor was all scattered up, kind of a mess there. And then I was looking for my phone, and I couldn't see it, so I thought, well, I'm going to get out and look for it, because I didn't know if anybody had dialed 911 or not. I didn't. Nobody stopped. That was another thing that kind of shocked me. I think I sat there for 15 minutes and absolutely nobody stopped. So I didn't know if anybody called, but I couldn't find my phone anyway. And then I thought, well, I'm going to get out. The passenger side was perfectly fine. So I opened the passenger's door and went to move, and boy, it flew in my leg. And so it hurt really bad in my leg. So I knew I I couldn't move very much at all there. And so that was what I remember. I know an emergency vehicle came there, and that was kind of, yeah, it went from there.
Yeah. That's when you called to the office and said that you're fine.
Yeah. I know, yeah, the first emergency guy got there, and I said hi to him, and he said, boy, this is a lot better than what I was expecting to see, because I know the truck is definitely beat up. But anyway, for information's sake, I have found out since that you shouldn't be hitting the brakes in a time like that, or maybe pulling the trolley brakes, just for something, for future information, I guess, for myself and for anybody that's interested. But yeah, they say you should try to ride it out. But yeah, I think in my knee-jerk reaction, I just was hitting the brakes, and it probably was the wrong thing to do. I don't know if it would have spared anything or not, but it was. But yeah, it's quite the experience, no doubt about it. Feel terrible that it happened, but that is. Yeah, I don't know what else I could have done. So, But yeah, we're on the mend. Like I said, I do appreciate some of the comments on there, guys. That was very nice.
Yeah. So that's pretty awesome that I gave you guys a little look into what happened. And Jay, maybe you have something you want to tell the drivers as far as maybe if you're ever in an accident, keep your phone at a safe spot, or maybe there's some.
Yeah, I don't quite remember. I think I normally run with my phone laid up on there's a little console there with the cup holders and stuff, and I typically lay it there. I should maybe get a grip thing or whatever, but like I said, with the phone, when they found it, the phone was up actually amongst the pedals, right next to the throttle pedal, and I was sitting over, so I couldn't see it. But yeah, that was something that would have been nice to have, because then I ended up using the emergency vehicle's phone to call the shop and to call my wife just to let them know I was okay. The next day they found the phone there amongst the pedals, but even there it was kind of a looking process. Not sure exactly at the accident site. I know where it was, but yeah, it was because I didn't know. I had no idea. I was kind of waiting for somebody to stop, maybe to see if they called 911. I probably sat there 15 minutes until I did see the emergency vehicles showing up. But so I didn't know up until that point whether anybody had called or called it in or not. But yeah, I knew I wasn't going anywhere, because like I said, I knew my leg hurt a lot. No blood. That was another thing that just tremendously blessed and all that there. I did have a little bit of scrape on the outside of my knee, left knee. I had a little scrape on my elbow. Other than that, there was. I mean, I honestly thought I could get out, and even hitting the dash, I have no bruising from that at all. Just didn't know if my knee was just bruised from a hit, but it hit right below my knee and broke the top of that bone, top of the tibula there, I guess. Yeah, that's what they called it, but. Didn't know if it was bruised or broken at that point, but yeah, it does turn out that it was broken.
And if you remember him saying, he said it was 6 seconds that, basically for everything to happen, and things happen so fast. A good reminder for us is we never know when that day is going to be our last. And it's important that we have, a great relationship with Christ to make sure we're ready to meet him. So, I think that's a challenge for us all. We never know when that day is our last, and it's in a few seconds, everything can be over. And I'm thankful that, Jay is fine. He's here with us today, and he's in good spirits. And, the dump truck can get replaced. Jay's life can't. So it's definitely a blessing that it wasn't any worse. It could have been so much worse. All right, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Guys, I'm back at work in my office. I think that was pretty cool that we were able to talk with Jay and gave his little story. So he does read the comments, and please comment, let him know you're supporting him, give him words of encouragement. If you guys want to send a card or something here to our office, check out our website. You'll see our address. Send it and just put attention Jay. We'll get it to him. As always, guys, don't forget to subscribe. Peace out.